Alright, let's try that for the second time. Battery went out on the camcorder. It didn't have it plugged into power. Anyway, what I was saying was, fast starts tonight. Now, if I went to a restaurant to get this meal, it cost $20. But I made it home. Made it at home for probably about $8, or a little bit less. This hamburger comes in patties from BJ's, and it needs something. It's pretty tasteless. I mean, you cook it like I cook it. I cook it till it's dry. I cook it. But this gravy's really helping. Pretty damn good, I gotta admit. The number one thing I gotta watch out, I have to watch out for on this fast that I'm gonna do is too much fruit juices. I can't do that no more. So I damn near made myself sick on fruit juices last time. Now we were working every day, so yeah, Monday through Friday. So it's going to be interesting monitoring my energy level. Still doing physical labor, still doing complicated tasks. That's pretty good right here. A couple pieces of beef on that Italian. It's a French bread. I think it's French bread or Italian bread. I don't know what it is. It's some kind of bread. You can look at it and see what kind of bread you think it is. Anyway. It came in 2 loaves about this big. I cut them in half because I don't eat the whole thing. I tried some of that Wawa butter on it, but I had to melt it. When you melted it, ruined it. So that Wawa butter on their bread, oh man, that's good. I get that with my chicken noodle soup when I get chicken noodle soup down there. Oh my, does that go? Now, I'm probably going to have something left over. And I'm probably going to have to put it I know tonight, definitely after tonight, I'm about to put in the freezer. I got a whole tub of potato salad there. I think I can freeze that, but it's not been opened. And it's in a very cold refrigerator, so I hope it lasts 7 days. Nobody's sitting here staring at me eat. I finish, I'll leave a couple pieces of beef on the plate for her. And I'll let her lick the plate. She's trying to put a little pause up on this table. She knocked this whole thing on the floor. She tries to get up here. She knows it. What you doing, Poopy? Huh? Well, I gotta say, I had to cook these burgers because if I didn't cook these burgers, I mean, it's too late to freeze them. She won't eat any of this, but I'll leave her this. I'll leave her that one. That's mine. I don't eat a lot of sugar stuff. I took a disliking to really sugary stuff a long time ago. But you have seen me eat a half cheesecake on my channel, and then complain about my legs swelling. I had to laugh because somebody posted and said, "Dude, you ate a half a cheesecake. What are you complaining about? Of course your legs are swelling." It was one of them baby cheesecakes. It wasn't a whole pie, you know. But I took it to heart. Plus, at the time I was eating, I was drinking wine because it's good for your heart. Yeah. That's that. That's that. You want to come over here? Come on over here, knucklehead. Come on over. People want to see you. Come on. Come on, Poops. Come on. Come on over here and get you something. Get you something good. It's good. Come on. I don't care. Come on, Poopy. Come on, baby. You can come over here. Get your ass up here. Get up here. You walk across that here. There you go. I know what it is. I'll get this shit up away. There you go. You know what that was. Come on. Come on. You can get up here. Go ahead. Come on, Poop. Get to the next table. Here she comes. What are you doing, Poopers? Go ahead. Grab yourself something out of that plate. You can eat out that plate. I'm done. Go ahead. Get a little gravy if you want to. Get your little beef. grab this. You don't need my beer. Go ahead. Go ahead. You're welcome. She's always scared she's doing the wrong thing. Now, I don't yell at her or nothing. Go ahead. Grab yourself something to eat. Grab a lick. Grab a little bit of turkey gravy. I know you eat turkey gravy before you eat with that chicken. I got a whole chicken in there. Then I got a strip. And put the chicken in bags and then freeze it. There you go. There you go. Pretty good, huh? Go ahead, grab yourself some, babe. Go ahead. She takes a bite and then she thinks about it and then she walks away and then she comes back. She just is scared she's doing the wrong thing. And I respect her for that. She wants to do the right thing. She's a good cat. Anyway, I'm going to put this on the floor. Finish my beer. Probably get some home tea. And I got to mail a bill and go cause some trouble, if you know where I'm talking about. But tonight is the first. So this was a good meal. I had this in my head to do this, but with beef gravy. But I smelt them hamburgers today in the refrigerator. I said, oh no, and I looked at them because I had rewrapped them, put them in a plate, and they were starting to discolor, go from red to like a brown. I said, nah, we can't. I'm not going to throw this in the yard because my buddy John, he said the same thing. Look, I buy a pound of hamburger and I wound up throwing it away a week later because John's like me. We work, we come home, we sit down, and we just sort of veg out. I mean, it takes everything we got to work through our day, and that's not complaining. That's just the way it is. Because when you're working, and it doesn't really matter. It wouldn't matter if we were 20 or the 60 that we're both are. He's almost 70. But it takes all your effort, especially if you care about your job. And John cares about his job. I care about my job. Man, when you get home, you just want to sit in a chair and just, thank God I'm home. But I'm very blessed to have the job I had, to be working with the people I'm working with. I work with this young man named Michael. He's very smart. He's really good with furniture. I hope he keeps working with us. I mean, I just, sometimes you get in a situation where it seems like everything you do, no matter what you do, it's wrong. And you're trying to fight for yourself, thinking that the important thing is every minute on the time clock. But what I've learned is enjoying a job for a long time requires give and take. And you got to understand, if you're driving 2 hours one way and 2 hours another way, that 15 minutes on the clock don't mean jack. Okay, so you got to kind of give a little bit, and if you want to put your time in to make up for the day, because sometimes I'm going to run into this too. We run out of work. In our business, you have to have a PO to be working on. And that PO could be the warehouse. You could be doing something for the warehouse. But there has to be an assignable task that they can pay you from. And if they don't have an assignable task, they're very apt to say, look, you got to go home. Your day is over. And my last task yesterday, and I really enjoyed it because I do have a picture. I'll post a picture of this Isuzu truck that I was driving. I've been driving that truck, I guess, for 10 years with the other company and this new company. And I love that little truck. The only thing I didn't like about it was that somebody had damaged the front left wheel and knocked it out of balance. And the thing bounces. But that little motor, that little Isuzu motor, man, that thing runs like a top. It's a 4-cylinder, I think it's a 4-cylinder diesel motor. It might be a 6-cylinder, a V6. But I thought it was a 4-cylinder diesel motor, and that little motor has got so much power, it's unbelievable how good it pulls that truck. I mean, I put that thing to the floor, man, and it just runs up through the gears, but that truck goes, man. I mean, if I'm trying to get out on 95, I got no problem getting out on 95. And I gotta say, our big truck's the same way. These diesel engines, they pull from the bottom, and all you gotta do is give them all the diesel they want. All you gotta do is stomp it right to the floor and just hold it there. And the truck will do the rest. You ain't gotta play games, you ain't gonna be change between gears, lift off the gas. Just stomp it to the floor. It goes into a software setting, which is the max power setting, and it does the rest, and it's beautiful. I mean, that little truck runs like a top, and I don't like the lift gate on the back of it because it tips down, and it makes getting anything heavy off of that truck by yourself a challenge. But the rest of the truck's wonderful. So my task for yesterday was to clean the truck up, because we had to turn it in, because we've had it for 10 years, like 8 years with the other company and 2 years with this company. So we're going to turn it in. And I was talking to that truck like an idiot. I call it the shake weight truck, either the shake weight or the pogo stick, because that front end bounces so much. But deep inside that truck's a wonderful vehicle. Whoever in Japan built that engine and built that transmission, they did a wonderful job. And whoever in America built all the parts that went on it after the fact, they did a great job. And it's just been a really good truck. I'm going to miss it. I do wish it had the one-piece liftgate that our Pac-Man has. We have a Ford Pac-Man we just got, which is similar to a bunch of other Ford Pac-Mans, which is it's a Ford van front end and a box on the back of it. It's like 16 feet long, and it's got this single-piece liftgate that drops down and it flips down flat with 2 chains on it. And that's a nice liftgate, because that liftgate is one piece, has no seam in it, and also because it's large and flat, and so it doesn't. When you put something on it, that when you go down with it, it doesn't try to kill you. I really think the liftgate on that little Isuzu, we just, as a matter of fact, I know what happened to that liftgate. We had a guy at our warehouse up by Dulles Airport was told by another guy who should have known better. He said you can run your forklift on this liftgate and you can load the pallet on the truck. And he put the forklift on the liftgate of the 14-foot truck. And the truck moved forward, and the liftgate, thank God, the truck moved forward, because as soon as his front wheels hit that liftgate, it went down, because the forklift weighs like 10,000 pounds, and the lift is rated for about 1,500 pounds maximum. So it pushed the damn hydraulic lift right down, and the forklift went straight down with its forks down like this. And thank God it stayed up. It didn't tip over, and he didn't come out. We had to, I believe they had to get a wrecker to come in to lift the forklift back up onto the loading dock. But that's why that liftgate on that truck is bent down. But it's just a great little truck. And I spent, what I'm trying to get to is, I spent my afternoon cleaning. There was, we had magnetic signs at our old company, And somebody had left them on for months on that truck. And what they do, you cannot leave a magnetic sign on a vehicle for months. You should take it off every day. And then when you go to put it on, what you do is spray the back of the sign, you wipe it off. You spray where you're putting it on the vehicle, you wipe it off. That way it's clean. You're not putting any dirt into the sign, because what it'll do is if there's grit or dirt on the paint, when you put the magnetic sign on there, it'll go into the magnet and it'll stick in there and it won't come out. And even if you wipe it, sometimes it won't come out. But you should be taking the magnetic sign off. You shouldn't leave it on more than 2 days. And they had left it on for weeks, and it had bonded to the paint. But and they had also put 2 DOT stickers on with numbers, which were adhesive. And the DOT stickers came off pretty easily, which was nice. But that damn magnetic sign, man, I mean, where it was only magnetically bonded to the paint, but it stuck to the paint. And I heated it up with a heat gun, and I got the pieces off, and they had some decals on the truck, which I kind of nicked them a little bit, but I mean, it looks a million times better than when I started. And I cleaned that whole cab of that truck. I cleaned the outside, I cleaned the windows, I cleaned the inside, I cleaned the steering wheel because it was sticky. I cleaned all around that truck, and when I was done, I was proud of that truck. I took pictures of it. But that time spent doing that was what gave me the ability to stay at that warehouse and make the extra 2 hours of work that I could make. They've got to be able to have something to put me on. My other buddy, Michael, he had to leave because they just didn't have anything for him to do. And I mean, if he wanted to volunteer, he could have started taking the letters off of our big truck, but Michael's more of a furniture guy. He's not somebody who likes to do off the wall stuff. I don't care what I do. I'll clean bathrooms. I'll mop floors. I'll vacuum. I'll do anything I got to do to earn a paycheck as far as work goes, as far as decent, honest work goes. I don't care what it is. And if there's a need, if the bathroom needs cleaning, I'll clean it. I won't bitch about it. I'll go get some gloves. I'll go get a brush for the toilet. I'll spray it with Clorox and Ajax, and we'll scrub away. We'll make it look clean. When I'm done, it'll smell good. I'll mop the floor of the bathroom with clean water, with a clean mop, with soap and Clorox in it, so the floor will be clean. I'll clean the urinal. I'll clean the sink. I'll clean the mirror. I'll wipe the door handle. And when you do this, another thing is when you do this, for God's sakes, do not take what you cleaned the urinal and the bath and the toilet with and wipe the door handle. Don't do that, please. Please, God, don't do that. Go get another rag. Get paper towels and spritz the door handle with the Windex or whatever you're using, 409, and use a paper towel, wipe it, throw the paper towel away. You don't use the same thing over and over again. Now, you don't do that when you're cleaning stuff. You've got to think about, okay, I'm wiping up mess, human mess. You know what I'm talking about. And what I'm using has to be sanitized. And I can't use this on something else. And whatever human hands touch, you got to use something else to clean it. But anyway, like I said, the bottom line is that I got a couple of extra hours because I stayed and did what I did. But I like this. I like what I'm doing. I mean, I've been seeing some interesting problems with product, and I don't know. I feel bad for people that are large, because we have a client who is a large man, and they sold him a chair, and the wonderful lady that works for him told our salesperson, said, he's a big guy, and he needs a strong chair, so please find us a strong chair for him. And sure as shit, he sat down in the chair, and the chair was wood, and there was probably a wood grain in the side of the backrest. And when he sat in the chair and he leaned back, the chair went crack. And ever since then, the chair's made a noise. So, I mean, you've got to, reality is reality. I don't begrudge anybody being large. My wife was large. But when we're buying stuff for people, we got to go that extra mile to get something that's sturdy for these kind of people, so that they don't have to deal with this. Because it's embarrassing to them. It's not supposed to happen. So we're in the process of replacing that chair. We'll probably have the rep come in and look at it and see what they say. I tightened all the bolts in the bottom of the chair because they were all loose, but that just made the creaking worse. And we'll get that customer happy, and if those chairs aren't optimum, then we're probably going to have to replace those chairs with something that is optimum. But here's the thing. When you're in the furniture business, when you accept a challenge or a condition, you accept it all the way. You make the customer happy. And we're good at that. We're good at making the customers happy. So that's why I like working with this company. They're dedicated to getting things done. If there's a problem, they're going to get it figured out. What? Look away, I'm going to blow my nose. Sorry. Sorry, I had to do it. Okay, but anyway, the fast is coming. I feel pretty good. I had a real good brunch. This is brunch. It's 3 o'clock on Saturday, September 30th. I don't know what I'm going to do, but I got to get up and I'm going to put this plate in the floor for Knucklehead, she's sleeping over here on her little bed by the door. I'll probably take this plate over by where all the rest of her food is. And I got 4 more hamburgers in there. I got potatoes. I've got the plate of potatoes comes in a tray about this big. I got green beans, about a half a can of green beans left. I'll pour them on one side. I'll take some of the beef and I'll chop it up, 2 patties. I'll chop them up. I'll put them in that plastic tray and I'll cover it twice with plastic wrap and I'll freeze them. And that'll be a meal like you get at the store, And then I've got probably 3 more hamburgers and they're cooked. I'm going to wrap them up too and I'll freeze them too. And that'll take care of that food for the next 7 days, so I don't have to touch it. I mean, I don't have a problem throwing food away. I've thrown a lot of food away because I've seen what happens when people get sick on food, and it's no fun. It's not worth the risk. Anyway, thank you for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed this meal as much as I did. It was delicious. I don't know if I'm going to buy their hamburger again like that, though, because it's kind of tasteless. I mean, I got to say, my buddy Joe, who cooks on a grill, he could take that hamburger and he could cook it on his grill, and it would be so delicious you wouldn't believe it. But definitely needs something. I don't know what. But anyway, thank you for watching the video. Y'all have a blessed Saturday and Sunday, and we'll see you tomorrow when the fast starts. And God bless you.
Peace.